kind of skills do you need to make cheese and run your own business?
It's the skills you need to run your own business, first of all, would be confidence, because if you don't have any confidence going into a small business, you probably will be unsuccessful because you'll question everything you go to do. You need to be organized. You need to have a good team underneath you. So for us, my husband was helping originally with the accounting part, and he's an industrial engineer by nature, so he understood all the numbers going in, and I was more the laborer behind it. I like to use my hands a lot more than my husband. He's, like I said, all numbers. So when I go into the small business part, I studied the recipes and the scientific side of it. Like, you have to watch the pH and the time and temperature combinations and how it's going to age out, and all the regulations, because it is a final, like a finished product. So we had to make sure, I was involved with the state inspectors and the FDA, make sure all that was followed. So you do need to be very responsible, because you are feeding people, so you don't want to get anyone sick. So food safety was a high priority. And when I go to hire employees, I look for people who have a good head on their shoulders. They're able to talk to customers, because we are on the phone and emailing customers all the time and making sure our service is at that level. They also have to be able to follow all the rules and regulations for our facility, focusing on cleanliness, craftsmanship, because we have to make sure the product is replicated the same every time, for repeatability for our cheese on the shelf. We also make sure that people are able to work on their own without a lot of guidance, because someone is at the creamery from about 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. and I come and go. And they have to work well with others, because we have a team of about 9 employees here. I don't know, just responsibility, honesty, and good time management skills, I would say, are what we need.
So what are your rewards and challenges in working in this business?
Rewards and challenges of working in a small business. I laugh because people always think, oh, small business, it's easy. You just go in and do your own thing. You don't have a boss. Well, I am a boss, but I'm also the cheesemaker and the customer, like, main service person. So I think the hardest part for me is time management. Because honestly, if it was just me, I would rather just be making cheese all day long and not doing all the fine behind the scenes things that need to happen. And it's not an 8 to 5 job. You have to take home your computer, and you're constantly doing emailing and all the accounts, you know, trying to see who's paid bills, who's not paid bills, ordering supplies, doing employee schedules, doing payroll. There's so much more to it than what people see on the surface. So you do have to be somebody that's willing to put in the hours. The rewarding factor for me is that I'm able to work with, like I said, a team of 8 to 10 people on a daily basis that are very genuine. They're from the community, which I think is great, and we're rewarding them with good salary to keep them here to help us. And for me, it's a value-added product, but it's the milk that my dad and brother, because they're the farmers, they're producing from the cows that they care for. And we pipe it underground into our creamery, and it's great because they're milked in the morning, and by afternoon we've created a product from that milk source. So to see it from the raw side to a finished product is amazing. And when I have city people come in or local people come in with their kids, it's just watching the connection, because a lot of kids don't even know, like, what's cheese made from and who's it coming from. So we connect all those dots, and to me, you can't get any closer to the land and nature when you're doing something like that in such a small scale. So. My final recommendation as a small business owner to anybody that would be interested in getting into a small business or a small craft that they want to do on their side, I would say to research somebody doing something similar and go try to shadow them and spend time with them and ask the questions. I often get emails from other young couples starting out into cheese making or a creamery of some sort. And they have detailed questions, and I share all the information with them, because I think until you do that research, it's a huge risk to jump in it without knowing really what you're getting into. And I allow people to come in and shadow here at the Creamery to kind of see what work it really does take and how many people it does take to pull off what we're doing. So just, always ask, because more than likely, whatever your interests are, someone's willing to help you. Because they don't want to see you fumble. Success, everyone wants to see people